So here, what is our input? You have to input the IP address. The IP address is always in the 32-bit format. So there are two ways to represent the IP address. The first is called as decimal way and second is called as binary way. Okay. So see here, as the IP address is 32-bit format. So how it is? It is 32-bit format. Okay. So it is represented by two way. One is called as decimal and another is called as binary. So these are the two ways to represent the IP address. So in the decimal, how it is represented? It is first 34 bit is divided into four part of 8 bit. In both way, the 32 bit is represented by a four part, in which the fourth part in the decimal is separated by dot. Is separated in dot. That four part of 8 bit is separated dot in decimal format, and in which every 8 bit is represented form in decimal format. Okay, so that every 8 bit is represented in decimal format. Like for example, 192.168.20.3 means these are the four 8 bit. This is 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit. Here every 8 bit is represented in the decimal format. Okay, so as it is 8 bit, so minimum value is 0 and max value is 255. So in every place, the decimal value should be in the range 0 to 255. So this should be also 0 to 25. It between 0 to 25. It is between 0 to 25. So always whenever you have this decimal number, always the value between 0 to 255. Other than this value, if you have entered, it is wrong IP address. Okay, so this is the first way to represent the IP address in the decimal format. And what is second? In the second also there are four part, where every four part is represented 8 bit, and that every 8 bit represents binary format. So this is like for example 10100, like 10111, like in 8 bit format is there, and but separated by space. Okay, so this is another representation of IP address. First is decimal and second is the binary. So that this 8 bit is corresponding 192 representation. Next bit space after the space, next binary representation of 168. Then next space after the space, the binary representation of 20. Then next is the binary representation of 3. Okay. Likewise, so what is our main aim of program? Input the IP address in this decimal format and convert into corresponding binary format. This is our program. And another program is convert by IP address in binary and convert into corresponding decimal. Okay, this is our requirement. So the first step, what is our input for this program is, for example, 172.168.1.1. This is input I want to input from the user. So tell me, as it is the input from user, it's the responsibility of our program to store in your variable, right? So tell me which variable is required. Like for example, if I store in A, so tell me what is data type required for A. If you want to store this 172.168.1.1. So tell me which data type is required. Is it integer? Can we use declare as A as integer to store this value? It should be interactive. Otherwise, I'm not explaining anything to you. Give me reply. So tell me, is it the data type of integer? Is it the data type of A is integer? Can we declare A as integer? Yes. Yes. Can we declare A as integer for storing this value?
No, sir.
No. What is the reason?
Because
What is
it
the reason?
contains the dots.
It contains dots. So integer doesn't store dot, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
means integer not allowed. Can we store in float?
No, sir.
What is the
Character
reason?
required.
What is the reason? Why cannot store in float?
Same reason, sir.
As there are multiple dot. So which data
Yes.
is required? Can I use? So
Character.
it is a multiple data, right?
Yes, sir.
So one having with 170 is digit and dot is your character. So can we use array? As we have different element, right? Multiple element you want to store. So we have array concept. What is array? Anyone know?
Collection of same data types.
collection of similar data type. So if we have a similar data we want to store as a together, then we use array. Give me example when we use array.
Store a set of numbers or
Store the set of number, then
set of names.
set of names, then marks of 5 subject.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to store the marks of 5 subject, we required array of which type?
Integer type.
Integer type. So that what is the declaration that we required? Data type integer, then name of array, and what is square bracket contain?
5.
Is the size, depends upon your requirement. Suppose I have to store the 10 roll number, I will declare integer a of 10. So when I declare integer a of 10, this is a is array which store maximum 10 element of type integer. So in this collection we can store 10 integer only. So to store this 170.168.1.1, can I use integer array? Yes, can I use integer array for storing this? Yes, tell me.
No, sir.
No, because it having dot is not integer type, right? So tell me anyone how to input array from the user? As you know, when you declare a of 10, what happen? It will allocate the memory for 10 element. As one integer carry 4 byte, so total 40 bytes are allocated. And what is the name for these 40 bytes? Is a, right? So whole 40 bytes, because one integer carry 4 byte, so there are 10 integer we want to store together. So it requires continuous 40 bytes, and name for that 40 byte is a. So tell me how to access the first element of that array. Yes, how to access the first element of that array?
A of 0.
A of 0, right? Is the name for that is a square bracket of 0. What about second? A of 1. Likewise, what is the name of last element?
A of 9.
A of 9. Okay. So tell me, suppose if I want to store the 30 on this location. If you want to store 30 value as a third element of the array, how I store 30?
A of 2.
A of 2 equal to 30, right? So tell me, can you access any element of the array? Can we access any element of array?
Yes.
Okay, tell me how. Now for this, I want to input the value from user. For this location, I want to input value from user. Tell me what is the code? What is the code for inputting this value from user? How to input value from user? Which function is required?
Scanf.
Scanf. Okay. So here the same function we are using for inputting scanf. Now which type of value is required for scanf? As format specifier is %d, right? Yes or no? %d.
Yes, sir.
And next is required location. What is the location? On which location you want to input? That is ampersand of a of 3, right?
3.
Yes. Okay, so this is a way how to input the value from user. Okay, for the location. Can I input value for a of 4? From the user?
Yes, sir.
So same code is there. Only what is the difference? It is required only a of 4. Likewise, can I input the value for any element of the array from the user?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
so if you want to input the 10 element, it is required 10 times need to write the scanf, right? So if you want to input the 10 element of the array, we required scanf for 10 times. But if I go with this code, all the scanf having same code. So instead of writing that code again, we'll make it generalized. As you know, if code is repeated many times, we can use that code inside the loop. So we will use for loop for this, that is scanf %d, and what is ampersand a of, what is a of?
I.
10.
A of I, and where that I value ranges from, it should be in the loop, that loop for loop, for I is equals to 0, I less than 10 and I plus plus. Okay, now this is a loop in which I is equal to 0, whether 0 less than 10, yes, it come inside, it will input the value for A of 0. Then I plus plus, it is 1. Then 1 less than 10, yes, it will input the value for A of 1. Likewise, this loop continue for 10 times for inputting value from A of 0 to the A of 9. Okay. Now tell me, once I input the value, it is stored in your array, right? For example, 10, 20, 30, up to 100, sorry. It will input the value. Now tell me how I print this value, which I have inputted from the user.
Using printer.
Yes, using
Printf.
printf. So same code is there. Instead of scanf, it is printf, and instead of, for printf there is no ampersand, right? So same code is there. Instead of scanf, it is printf. So it will print the 10 value. So this is the way how to input array value from user and display that value. Are you getting?
Yes.
But for our aim is what? I want to store 192.168.20.3. Is it? Yes or no? See here, what is our aim? I want to input 192.168.20.3. Okay, so tell me, is it integer array is required for this? Is it required integer array?
No.
So it is required character array, right? So tell me how to declare character array. Char s of 20, right? Yes or no? Yes. So tell me how to input this value from user for character array. Is it required scanf? So tell me how I input this all value from the
Yes.
user. So tell me, if it is character array, then it is required %c, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
As I want to input single character by character wise, and what is the name? That is ampersand s of I, right? Where I value ranges from? Tell me where I value ranges from? For I is equals to 0, I less than 20, I plus plus. But what is the problem with this? This is the code for inputting character array from the user. Okay, where this will each time input the %c means character from the user, and it will store at to s of 0, s of 1 likewise. But what is the drawback of this code? Yes. What is the drawback of this code?
20 character requires.
Every time whenever user has to enter 20 character, but is it the scenario? Our input is always 20 character.
No.
How many character in our case? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, might be 13, 14, 15, right? So it is not 20 always. It might be some cases 12, 20. So means this character array inputting is not appropriate. So that's why we required such a character array which end by our requirement. Okay, that should be end, and that we call a string. So what is a string? Is a collection of character which is terminated by null. So null is a special character which is end of the string. Okay, so in that case, how I convert into string? So I will input, instead of asking by character, I will input that character as whole string by using format specifier %s. Okay, so I want to input scanf as a %s, which is a string, and I want to store to a string which is only requires string name. So that's why s. There is no need of ampersand because string name itself is the address type. So see here, the string will input it from the user, and that will store to the s, and automatically this %s will add null at the last. So likewise in your string, now it will store, this is continuous string in which first character is 1, second is 9, third is 2, fourth is dot, fifth is 1. Likewise every character will be stored in your string. Okay, currently this 192 dot all are character, and automatically after this entering, when you press enter, null will appended. So your string start at the character but end at the null. Okay, so that we call a string. So how I print it? The same printf is used. So single printf with %s is required. There is no loop is required. %s and name of string is s. So it will print up to the new line. So it will print your string as 192.168.20.3. So this is the way how to input string and how to print it. Are you getting? Yes. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, but what is our requirement? We need, once you input, so first step is over, how to input string. Now you have inputted string 192.168.20.3 up to this, and you have stored to s. The name of this string is s, right? But what is our requirement? We need to separate this, right? Is it we want to separate this? Is the requirement?
Yes.
Yes, we need to separate this decimal. So from the string, how to separate this character, and actually we want as a separate as decimal as an integer. So for that purpose, we have a scanf. What is scanf? It is only used with string. So it will scan whole string. So that's why the first parameter is the string name. So which string you want to scan? That is s. Are you getting? So first, which string you have to scan, that is s string. And what is the next parameter? By which parameter value you want to scan that string? So by which parameter you want to scan? I will scan by the first value I want integer from that string. After that it is decimal dot in the string. So whichever the before the dot I want as an integer. Then after the dot I want the next part is also in integer. Then next is the dot. According to format you have to specify, as your format in the string is a dot, that's why I put a dot. If there is a space, you have to put space. So %d dot, then third is also %d dot, and fourth is %d. Likewise we have a what is the formats that you want to read from the string? The first part integer, then dot, then second part is integer, then dot, then third part is integer, then dot, and fourth part is integer. So whichever the part before the dot is, I want to store as an integer part. And next is what? Where I want to store that address of that variable, you have to provide it. So that's why whichever the first value you read as integer, I want to store to the a. Then I will store as a second as a b. Then third as a c. And fourth as a d. So depends upon how many parameter you have read from the string. Whichever the parameter you read from the string, like I have read 4 integers from that string, and that's why I use the 4 integer for store it. And so that's why ABCD type is integer. So what happens, this scanf will do, it will read this string s, in which it will read the first part before the dot as an integer, that's stored to the a. Then after the dot, it will read the second part up to the next dot, it will read as integer, stored to the b. Then it will read the third part up to dot as a integer, stored to the c, and fourth part stored as a d. So after this scanf, a value of a will be, what is the value of a after this? After this, what is value of A?
192.
Exact. So it should be, what is type of A?
Integer.
Integer. So this is a way how to separate integer from the string. Okay, and B is 168, C is 20, and D is 3. Okay, are you getting how to separate integer from the string by using, so scanf is used to separate the formatted string as per your requirement. From the string you can separate your value. So that's the use of scanf. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Now once you have separated the number, can you convert that number into binary? Yes, can you convert a number into binary? Can you convert 192 into binary?
Yes, sir.
So first practical already we completed how to convert. So likewise you have to convert A into corresponding binary, like for example B1. For B you have to convert into B2. For C you have to use B3 for conversion, B4. Likewise you will get B1, B2, B4. But what is output we want? We want the corresponding binary, space binary, space binary, and space binary. This format you want. So tell me, so this all B1, B2, B3 for value you have to combine into one string. So for that purpose you have to use sprintf. What is sprintf? It will combine your result into one string as per your format. So what is syntax? First, in which string you want to combine. So obviously I will use same string for storing it also instead of using another s. So in the say, because the use of s is over, so I will store the result in s also. So I will store result in s. In which format you want the result? You want the first should be integer, then you want space, then you want second as an integer, then space, then you want third as an integer, then space, and fourth space, then fourth one. So in this format I want result, and this combine this format and restore to yes. But what is first value? It should be, so then next parameter is b1, then b2, b3, and b4. This is nothing but b1, b2, b3 for the converted binary of corresponding decimal. So whichever b1 value will replace here, then space, then b2 value here, b3 value here, then space, and b4. And that's why the four binary string along with space are added, and that will combine into yes. So finally your result in s string. So tell me how to print that string. By using your result is now, that is printf %s and s. Okay. Yes, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So are you getting use of sprintf? So this is a ready-made code for you. So what is the step? You have to first declare it, the first, then second you have to scanf, the second step, third step you have to separate the number, then fourth is your task, which is, that is you have to convert this four separately, write down the code for this decimal to binary, and we now stored b1, b2, and then fifth step you have to combine it, and finally you have to print it. This is a code at the center side. Yes, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, are you? So any doubt with this? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay. But suppose if user has entered this address 142.1011 dot -10 dot -10, then what is the appropriate answer? So if user has input this IP address, then what is the appropriate answer? What is output for this program? What is expected output from this if input is this? Yes, anyone?
Invalid IP address.
So tell me, so whether you have written the code for invalid?
No.
So where the appropriate code of invalid is required, invalid IP address, where you displaying?
When we are finding A, B, and C, if it is greater than 255, then
And?
it should be invalid IP
Okay, so
address.
you have to write the condition for A, B, C, D. For each and every one you have to write condition, right? So what is the condition? If A less than 0 and if A greater than 255, this is the one condition. Or you have to combine by using or, right? Then you have to write the condition for B less than 0 and B greater than 255. Yes or no? Yes, whether you are with me. So there are 5 conditions you have to write inside the if. Tell me, can I combine if condition?
Yes.
How to combine two if condition?
By using OR operator.
And or. When I use and? If you want both conditions should be true, then use and. And if you want one of the condition is true, then use or. Okay? Yes or no? Yes. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So currently, so you required 2 AND condition for A, 2 AND condition for B, for C and for D, and this all condition again you have to combine by using OR for checking invalid. Okay. And if it is not invalid, then in else part you have to write the code for converting decimal to binary. Okay. So whether you got this code, whether you understand this code?